I want to start with a simple, uncomfortable question. How are you spending your 20s? Let that sink in for a second. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. It's my time to enjoy life. I'm young, I've got plenty of time ahead of me. You're out there partying, traveling, exploring new things, and living in the moment. You might even be thinking, I'll figure it all out later. I'm not worried. But here's the uncomfortable truth you probably don't want to hear. You're wasting your 20s. That's right. While you're out here chasing experiences and running from responsibility, you are actively building a future where you'll be scrambling for stability in your 30s, 40s, and beyond. The choices you make right now, or the lack of choices you make, will have an impact on the rest of your life. You might be feeling uncomfortable right now, and you should, because for most of you, the next decade is going to determine how well you'll thrive, or how much you'll struggle in the years to come. And what's worse, you might not even realize it until it's too late. So, let's talk about why most of you are probably wasting your 20s and how this is going to affect you in ways you can't even imagine right now. Get ready to face some hard truths because no one else is going to tell you this. The partying and the temporary. Fun. First things first, stop pretending like your 20s are meant to be one long, never-ending party. I know it's tempting to live for the weekends, to binge drink on Fridays and Saturdays, to get caught up in the nightlife, and to chase thrill after thrill. But let me tell you this, that fun comes with a huge price tag. The problem is, you don't see it now, but you will soon enough. The harsh reality is that most people in their 30s and 40s are dealing with the consequences of living it up in their 20s. The partying, the fun, the hours spent drinking, clubbing, or wasting time in ways that don't add any value to your life. It all adds up to nothing. So you're out here throwing away your time in clubs when you should be building real, sustainable habits, learning new skills, and creating a network that will serve you for years to come. You're not learning to budget, you're not taking time to focus on your mental health, and you're certainly not thinking about your future in a meaningful way. The financial mistakes. Now, let's talk about something that is really going to hurt you in the future. Money. Specifically, the lack of it. Are you saving? Are you thinking about your credit? If the answer is no, then let me ask you this. What are you doing? I get it. It's easy to live for the now. You want that fancy dinner out, the newest iPhone, the best clothes, the vacation you think you deserve. But here's the truth. The longer you wait to start saving, the more difficult it will be to get ahead. If you're not working on building your credit or saving money for a rainy day, you're already setting yourself up for failure. Think about it. You could have a solid foundation if you just started putting away small amounts of money now. But instead, you're living paycheck to paycheck, going deeper into debt because of impulse buys. By the time your 30s hit, you could have no savings, a poor credit score, and the kind of debt that will keep you shackled for years. And if you think that's going to magically fix itself, I've got news for you. It won't. Do you want to be that person in their 30s who's struggling to make ends meet, unable to afford an emergency, stuck with bad credit, and stressed out about every bill? That's not the kind of life anyone wants. But unless you wake up and take responsibility now, that's exactly where you're headed. The physical toll. While we're on the topic of life choices, let's talk about your health. You might feel invincible right now. Maybe you think you can party all night, eat junk food without any consequences, and avoid exercise because you're young. But trust me, your body won't hold up forever. The damage you do now, whether it's through poor eating habits, lack of exercise, or ignoring your mental health, will follow you well into your 30s and 40s. Those late nights, those fast foods, and those skipped workouts, they add up. In a decade, you will find yourself struggling with weight gain, fatigue, anxiety, and health problems that could have been avoided if you had just taken a little better care of yourself. It's easy to overlook the impact of your health in your 20s, but when you hit your 30s and feel the consequences, it's too late. Your body isn't as forgiving as you think it is. You don't want to be 35, sitting on a couch with bad knees, a bad back, and a gut that you can't explain because you didn't have time to work out in your 20s. The trap of complacency. Here's the kicker. If you don't take responsibility for your actions now, you will pay for it in your 30s. But it's not just about your finances or your body, it's about the life you build.